Classes in session. Saw this video, had to do a deal on it. I think the title is Third Date Sex a Thing? Which, that's old school. They're a little behind. But,
Third date. Third date is the time when you have sex.
well, anyway, yeah, that's what you heard her say it, right? And what I'm going to I'll get to it pretty quickly, but what you're going to see, in my opinion, I'm 50 years old, I've dated lots of women, not a flex, just a lot of them are just dates, but, I mean, you dated enough. Anyway, so, what you're going to hear is disingenuous, and I get it, right? There's a public face, right? Now, I love women, and these women, they've had their time, they've been having sex for a long time, and wonderful, but each of these women are going to act like they have to. This is what, and I get it. It's a feature. Like, women have to they have to keep their sexuality private. It's an evolutionary thing, in my opinion. It's a survival. The women that kept their sexuality private survived. The ones that didn't. So we're dealing with the ancestry or the generational adaptation of that now, right? So these ladies are not going to be honest with each other, right? Because they're in the public, But guaranteed. Now they're acting like it's so surprising that, third date sex is a thing. You don't think each one of these ladies, especially when they're younger, even now, ain't got down in 5 minutes. And not 5 minutes. Ain't got down on a first date. Ain't had a one night stand. You don't think? Come on. And they're gonna be, oh my God, third date. And you don't think they've had a lot of second date sex or third date sex without a problem? And now they're acting like it's a thing. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God. And it's just like clutch my pearls type stuff. And I'm telling you, let's be conservative. Let's say they're 50 something. Let's say 52. Each one, just for argument's sake. So, and I always go 18 because I don't want to get weird. So that's 32, 34 years of having sex. Thousands and thousands and thousands of times. And they've gotten down. So let's not be clutched for pearls and all. I mean, it's disingenuous. And why I say, again, it's not for me to expose them or anything like that. It's so men don't pedestalize something that they really don't they aren't really that moved by. Women are not that moved by sex. It's an abundance. It's something seen in abundance. What's the seen in abundance in our life? Maybe bottles of water. If you were at, I don't know, if you worked in a peanut factory, hey, you want some more peanuts? Nah, I'm good. That's how women are with sex. It's everywhere. They can get it whenever they want it. Now, maybe not all the time from who they want it from, but they can get it so it's not, and they've had a lot of it, but in the mindset too is the important thing. Women have this feeling like, all right, I'm gonna say it like this: is any one of us that can afford a phone and watching YouTube, watching content on YouTube, watching this content on YouTube, are you afraid you're not gonna eat today? Are you afraid you're gonna get starved today? Are you afraid that all of a sudden it's gonna be a famine and you're gonna die of hunger? No. Well, if I get hungry, I'll just go to the grocery store. You know that there's a grocery store somewhere in your city that you can go, well, that's what these ladies know. Like, if I get hungry for sex, I can go find some at the grocery store. There. Anyway, so let's listen to some of it, and we won't go too long.
And even people at our age believe that. I mean, this just happened to one of my friends.
I mean, listen to the disingenuousness of that. It just someone expected sex on the third date from one of her friends. It's never going to be her. Because, again, they don't want to personalize their sex life.
Thank you so much for joining us again on Second Act TV. Once again, I'm so happy to welcome back Lori Gerber, dating coach, relationship expert, and the host.
Dating coach, a woman dating coach. One of the most scary things you'll ever hear. They'll teach women how to run things into the ground. They're going to give women the answers that they want. Just know your worth and don't find your forever. And I'm just thinking a lot of them. A lot of them are terrible. What's that word? Manifest it, girl.
Love at any age. Roy, thanks
Whatever.
for being here again.
Let's go.
Always fun. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, what are your favorite topics today? Yeah, sex.
Well, we're already screwing up on the left there. Men like long hair. She's doing it right. Men like long hair. I mean, she's pretty, but... And, how about the fashion? We're doing fashion. Where was that little sweatshirt over there?
Things.
She's doing it a little better.
You've heard about this, I'm sure you have, that third date is the time when you have sex, and even people at our age believe it.
All right, listen up. But I mean, these ladies know it, but they're not going to say it. They have to wear their public face. So what I want to know, what I try to get across is, if men are coming across this content, or coming across women that are coming across this content, and women can manipulate men with sex and with this information if they don't hear any different. And if some man comes across my content, I want him to know different. Here's the difference, right? Women know, like I said, these ladies have had sex on the first date, on a second date. They get that, And it's not that you have to have sex on the third date. No man says you have to have sex on the third date. But what's more important is women know, and I'm going to be conservative, women know within 1 minute of meeting you whether they are going to or not going to have sex with you. 1 minute. So why would it be unexpected for us to, by a third date, not to expect sex from them? I mean, that's the wrong word. Because I got to be very careful with my words as far as what I want it to be. Because it's not that we want them to. They should desire us at that point. They should have plenty of desire at that point. They knew if we went on 3 dates, they knew, 99, 1 minute into our first date, they knew. So why am I waiting, and why we keep waiting? So that's first off. So by the first date, even at the end of the first date, they know whether they're going to or whether they're not going to. Okay? And I'm going to put Iron Rule of Tomasi 3 in here. Any man that hadn't heard my content is in Iron Rule of Tomasi 3. Any woman that makes you wait for sex, the sex is not worth the wait. Why? Because there's something in the way of her urgency to have sex with you that is stopping her. And you want the urgency to have sex with you at a premium level. Because the girl that won't have sex with you on the first date, the girl that makes you wait for that sex, is the same girl that will have sex with the hot guy in the phone cannon party 5 minutes after meeting him or 30 minutes after meeting him. Meaning, some girl which has an urgency to have sex with you, and those are the ones that really like you. And sexual attraction is the most powerful attraction in romantic relationships. Also, Iron Rule of Tomasi 3 represents general burning desire. You want your woman to have general burning desire. If she has general burning desire for you, it shouldn't be out of bounds to think she will have sex with you at the third date. And we don't want it to be ever. No man wants it ever to be a must for a woman or an expectation from a woman. We want it to be because they want to, because that's the feeling that we get after having sex with a woman. Especially, we think she wants us now. Oh my God, So it's that validation that we're awesome as a man. And we don't need it all the time, but it's nice to have. Okay, let's go.
I mean, this just happened to one of my friends. So this is so relevant that why do people believe that? Where did that even come from?
It's fake news. It's it really makes me wonder, how sometimes people plant rumors about themselves on purpose or, leak something.
So are we supposed to believe that this evil cabal of men, I never told it. We've all gotten together, guys, and we've told the news media and fake news that women must have sex with us by the third date, or you're a loser. We're not. Us men would never do that. We're too proud. We would be too proud to do that. It's that as men, most men will have their own time clock. But if I'm spending let's just say $50 on a first date, $50 on a second date, not even to mention my gas time. That's $150. We're gonna have I gotta go to a fourth date, $200, and that's about 1 month. Let's say we do once a week. That's 1 month. $200. I got a car payment now, and I'm getting a hug, and I'm 50 years old. Come on now, and I want the woman to be, desirous of me. Let's go.
Press.
So we did not create any cabal where we made everybody, let's get together, guys. Let's huddle up. Let's make it known that they have to do it by the third date. No, no.
I think
And by the way, if we were to have a secret cabal with fake news, we'd have it on the first date. We'd get them to say the first date.
together and leaked this to the press. Like, women are supposed to have sex with us after 3 dates, or else what are we doing?
Evil men, you evil men, leaking it to the press. Third day, huh?
It does sound like men got together.
What stupidity. Stupidity. Really. And these are women that are gonna have sex with and they're gonna go in their own private lives and they're gonna be banging dudes on the first date. Trust me, women love sex. Now they're not gonna admit it on TV. Trust, get these ladies behind closed doors and they'll bang like a motherfucker.
And did this because this way it's like, okay, there's no more excuses. You know, we don't even have to talk about it, whether or not we're ready.
Right. But I will say this, Luca, because this is interesting.
And look at the wording. Look at the language of that. So we're going out with women that need excuses not to bang us. Okay, and let me tell you the priority. So men's priority in sex, right? God made us to want to spread our seed. He did that on purpose. That's why there's 4 billion people. What is it? 8 billion? Sorry, 8 billion. Is there 8 billion? 8 billion or 4 billion? Whatever. I could be 4 billion. There's billions of people in the world, and we did that by having a strong desire to reproduce. Okay, it's air, water, food, sex. Okay. And they're saying, well, if we men had this evil cabal and made it by the third date, now the ladies, you can't have no more excuses. You know, it's third date or nothing. Come on, this is ridiculous. I mean,
More and more, as I work with men and women over 50, I hear men wanting to wait also. So I don't want to make it seem like it's us versus...
liar. That's a lie. Men do not want to wait. We were made, if a man's... God made us not to wait. We have what's called, and if you're hearing that, ma'am, you should send them to a hormonal therapist. What is it called? Endocrinologist. Because testosterone's bad. I'm a man. I know my sex drive. You don't know my sex drive. I was given testosterone. Very powerful hormone. You have hormones in your bodies that are very powerful. Well, mine, and y'all always mention, you're going to mention oxytocin here in a minute, and you're going to lie about it. But my testosterone makes me driven to want to deal with you guys, right? Makes me driven to want to have sex with you guys. So I don't want to wait. No man wants to wait. And if that were the case, we would be our human existence is gone. You guys would never be. There wouldn't be thousands of guys in women's inboxes and DMs. There wouldn't be thousands of guys, getting porn. There wouldn't be thousands of guys, on OnlyFans. I'm just saying that testosterone's driving them to do that. They don't want to wait.
I think there's a purpose question, right? Like if your purpose is long-term committed.
No. If a woman's purpose is long-term committed, she gains more out of getting a guy to wait and invest. That's their idea, right? If she can convince a beta male to invest more, then he'll keep her maybe longer. That's their idea, right? But sexual attraction is the strongest attraction, right? So the woman shouldn't be able to wait. Look at the Mike Vrabel situation right now. The alpha male. Diana Rossini is going after him hard. I mean, she loves that guy, alpha male. So just because you wait to have sex doesn't mean that you're gonna make it to a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Your forever partner, which a lot of people over 50 are looking for after a hard marriage, after a disappointing loss, after the loss of a spouse that they loved. And they are not trying to get laid. They're really not.
That's a lie too. These are lies. I mean, straight lies. She knows, and she knows she's lying. Everyone's trying to get laid. If you have a woman not trying to get laid, then don't be around with that woman. She's got problems. She's got a hormonal problem. But most women don't have a hormonal problem. There's a reason 50 Shades of Grey sold millions and millions of copies. There's a reason why more money spent on more money spent on corn than like Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL, all their revenues put together. Corn makes more money, and it's men and women buying it. Sex Food, water, air, sex. It is a need. As much as people don't say it's a need, and I'll even have female friends try to tell me, oh, Johnny, and after about 3 weeks, they're all over those dating apps. I mean, it's like a famine. Don't let them try to lie to you. This is ridiculous.
I'm not getting laid for a really long time. So really, and I think the people listening to your podcast are those people. They're not listening to the people who are just trying to get laid. They should be listening to.
Listen, there's very few idiots that are just trying to get laid. And the idea is if both people are on the same page, then there's nothing wrong with just trying to get laid, right? The problem with just trying, and this is what they try to do, they try to bastardize you trying to have sex. And as a man, there's nothing wrong. God made me to try to have sex, right? And if a woman wants sex with me just as bad as I want it with her, then that's fine. We'll see where this thing goes. I'm not promising her anything. She's not promised me anything. And you see now, so you're coming out of a long marriage. Let's say, and they're talking about marriage. These people have been married for. You think a woman who's been married 20 years, 25 years, 30, you think she's ready to turn around and get into a relationship? But she probably still wants to have sex.
So if you're listening, I don't think you want to rush either for the most part. So I don't want to make it.
People want to rush with the people they want to rush with. And if you sit here and try to, and this is a danger, because we have women initiating 80% to 70 to 80% of the divorces. And I don't think that's a bad thing about women, but what I do say is the reason that they're being initiated by women to 70 to 80% is women often marry the beta male provider. And he's not the guy that they want to have sex with. And we have to understand that women are extremely sexual. And if they're not having sex with a man that really satisfies their sexual appetite, meaning is not that alpha male, then they're going to get a divorce. And that's why they are getting a divorce at 7, 8. So, and oftentimes men will say, well, women are bad. They break up marriages. And no, because we set women up to fail. Because marriage is a beta male endeavor. Why, if I'm a player and I'm successful with women, which I'm not married and I never get married because I am successful with women. If I'm a player that is successful, and I'm not calling myself a player, if I'm a player that's successful with women, why would I want to get married? Because men like to be free. Men like their independence, and we like non-monogamy. So why would I want to be in a monogamous relationship with one person? And the reason is because I was this person long ago when I had insecurities, when I hadn't worked on myself like I have in the last number of years, and become wiser. And the reason is because I wanted to lock down a girl because I didn't want to be out here with my insecurities trying to get another girl. Because I saw women as in scarcity. I didn't think I could get women very, very easily. And there's a lot of guys out there just like me at that point. And even like now, they haven't done the work. And so they stay in marriages because they don't want to get back out and it's hard for men. They see women in scarcity. So men get married because they're betas. Alpha men who want to be free and know they can get chicks, they don't want to get married. They don't want to be in a monogamous relationship. But why do we have so many affairs? Right? Because people like to get laid.
Gender thing.
I'm so glad you clarified that because I'm very enthusiastically mocking this. But the reason is that I didn't experience it.
They're enthusiastically mocking it to control men and make you feel guilty for wanting sex.
Of my friends in my friend circle experience. This is like out of high school. So I think
it's a well-known rumor. It's a well-known rumor. I do understand why, because there is something that happens on the third date that would suggest if you like each other, it would be time to test that out. It's just not true.
You don't need to test sex out. No, I mean I've never wanted to test sex out with a woman. I either have high burning desire for her, she has high burning desire for me. I don't think I need to test it out. Why would I need to test it out on the third date? If I'm going to be with this woman for 50 years, I need to test it out on the third date? I mean, you could go ahead and just say, wait till 5 years, I'm going to be here with her 50. No, we don't. It's not about testing it. It's about women who desire men in a sexual relationship, in a romantic relationship, have sex with him. And if you're waiting to have sex with me, it means the urgency to have sex with me is not very strong. And if the urgency to have sex with me is not strong in the beginning, how is it going to be strong during our marriage? How is it going to be strong during the end? And that's going to be the most important thing that keeps our marriage together. Oh yeah, I said it. Women are, oh, it's not the most important thing. It's not the only thing. No, but it's the most important thing, because as a man, it'll be soul crushing if I'm in a sexless marriage. And a lot of guys are out here in a sexless marriage because they get depressed. They get well, I mean, that's pretty much, they get depressed. They get sex deprived. They lose their ambition, and it's kind of a snowball. And you know, a woman that won't sleep with a man, that a man's ability to be able to sleep with a woman and to get women is very much tied to his ego. It's respect. Players are respected by society. A man that can't get women is not respected. So if I can't have sex with a woman, my wife, in a sexless marriage, then I'm not going to be respected by my co-workers. You know, and whether I am or not, it's perception. I perceive I'm not respected because you know, and they, you know, anyway, we'll keep going.
Is when sex should happen.
Well, let's talk about that. What does happen, and where is that, you know, that misunderstanding between men and women, and what having sex actually?
Well, let me tell you something. They probably hadn't studied it, and they're going to get the answer wrong. Here's the answer. That I want you. They're going to get it wrong. Well, I'm going to give you the right answer because I know the right answer, and it's not done with any judgment. The right answer is this: men's sexual mating strategy. This is in books. Go read The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss. Our strategy as men, that God put us on this earth, we want to get with as many women as we can, right? We want sex with as many women, many different women as possible. And God did this. That's why He gave us testosterone. Okay? Women's sexual strategy is to make men wait and have them invest because they need them to stick around. Okay? So we're always so either I move to her side and I wait, or she moves to my side and she does it quickly. If she moves to my side, she has to abdicate her sexual mating strategy. If I move to her side, I have to abdicate my sexual mating strategy. Now, who's supposed to be a leader in the relationship? Me. If I move to her side, who's the leader? She is. If she moves to my side, who's leading? Me. So the woman needs to move to my side if I have any hope of this relationship lasting long. The problem is too often in our history, our modern history, is men have moved to women's side and waited, and that already sets off a bad precedent that women are now leading this relationship.
Well, I think first up, let me just validate for a lot of people, but I would say more often men, they need to test if the sex is going to be good, and if you're willing to have sex.
She's not a man. The willing, yes. She's not a man, so I don't need to know if the sex is good. Okay, that's not why we do it. We want to know if you see us as a sexual partner. Why am I going to keep hanging out with you if you're going to put me in the friend zone? You're ruining my opportunity to have other women that want to have sex with me.
Order to know if they want to continue with you. It's not just horniness. It's not just I want to do this thing with you.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all. It is. This shows women who want to have a sexual relationship, a romantic relationship, a marriage with me, will want to have sex with me. Those that don't will keep me waiting.
Part of it, but I think the bigger part is I have to see if it's going to go well. I have to see if it's good.
No, and bottom line is, if a woman has, here's where the bottom, I'm going to do it one more time. Iron Rule of Tomasi 3. If a woman makes you wait for sex, the sex is not worth the wait, because relationships is all about genuine burning desire. You can have all the skills in the world, and if that woman doesn't have desire to have sex with you, that genuine burning desire, the sex will be terrible. If she has genuine burning desire to have sex with you, she's going to do you're going to have some great sex.
The distinction between a friendship and a long-term committed partnership. It's the sex, right? If I didn't care about sex, I would just be joining a bunch of friends and retiring happily with them. So I really get that purpose of having sex. For women, because of the hormones and how much we attach after we have sex.
All right, more propaganda. Women do not attach after sex. This is BS. effing BS. If that were true, why do you have so many single women out there right now? Why do you have a hookup culture? What women are with the person they lost their virginity to? And I guarantee we don't know the numbers, and I don't care. It's not. But women's body counts are. I'm not being rude. They're high. You got women they're 30, 25, 30, 2, 3, 400, easy. But we'll never know because we can't do the number. But I guarantee it. Dating apps exploded the body count, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not. I love women. I absolutely love women. But this propaganda is a bunch of bunk. A bunch of bunk.
You want to put it off and really feel comfortable and safe. And often...
Okay, that's what I forgot. Okay. And by the way, what I said earlier, men, we attach through sex. Because these women, and it's not, they're not bad people. But the propaganda they're spreading does make me kind of, But most men, because I grown up male friend my whole life. I love being around my male friends. And let's say in high school, I lost my virginity at 17. My friends, they were out of high school, never even had a girlfriend. Tried, loved them. We talked about them all the time. We love girls, But my poor buddies had a hard, and I was working just as hard as they were, And I'm not saying I was Mr. Awesome, but I had my first girlfriend in my junior year, and I thought I was Mr. Badass among my friends, and I was the only one in my friend group that had a girlfriend, and so I know the struggles men have with women. You know what I'm saying? And then as you grow up, you see good guys. They're just an average looking guy, might be a little overweight or something. They can't get a girl for nothing. I had other friends that was like 30 years old until they lost their virginity. My point is, we've seen men struggle out here, to have sex, right? And I've had plenty of it. I mean, and I'm not flexing. What I'm saying is, it's not been an issue with me, Now, you got to work at it, but at the same time, men connect through sex because we'll go out with 10 women and 7 of them won't have sex with us, right? And 3 might, and that's why women can so manipulate men, because all they got to do is show them some sexual attention, and 8 out of 10 women told this guy no, and we're rude about it, whatever. And I'm not going hard on women. It just is what it is. It's life, right? And so when he has sex with a woman and she really gives it to him good, he's like, oh my God. He connects through sex. Because why? Because society rewards him as a player. Not saying, but society rewards men that can get sex. Society shames women that have sex if they tell people in public. But society rewards men. That's why men I got banged this girl last night. It rewards them. Men that can get women, men that have sex with women are rewarded. Their egos are enhanced through sex with women. So we attach through sex. That's why men hold on to relationships way longer than they should, because they still want to have sex with a woman. It's going to be forever till they have sex again, probably, But women, they're dropping relationships left and right. They know they can get another dude. Women do not connect through sex. This is bunk. If they did, then I mean, in the last couple of years, I've had more one night stands from women and wanting to go on another date with them, and they just wanted a one night stand with me. So this is BS.
Our unresolved trauma is much closer.
BS. Unresolved trauma. BS. Made up word.
Surface than it is for men. So one
BS. And that's BS. Talk to a man and a woman reject him, he's going to go right back to high school when he couldn't get chicks. Men just don't voice their unresolved traumas of sex. This is all BS.
on our legs, once we allow you to see us naked, once they,
and this is more BS. Look at those eyes. This is all propaganda. Once they open their legs, they've abdicated their most strong. They've abdicated their most powerful agency, their sex. Now once they open their legs, they have nothing else as far as their power. That's their power. And it's a beautiful power. It's a strong power. I'm not going against it. What I'm saying is that they want to wait to hold that power over you, and that's okay. But that's why this manipulation exists. That's why they're spinning this narrative. Because if they can spin this narrative that, oh, they connect through sex and we must wait, it's this pedestalized act that we must bow down to the princess. No. Trust me, they do not connect through sex. And once they open their legs, it's not about trauma, it's not about, it's about they no longer have anything to hold. Man's gotten his sex. What else are you going to offer me? And that's what I say, that's what women need to start offering, or being a supportive partner and figuring out what that man needs.
So literally penetrated by your body into ours, we are so much more vulnerable on every level.
Lies, more lies. No, you're not.
Just getting attached to you, but also just the feelings that arise.
Lies and more lies. They're having rotations, 4 or 5 guys asking for money from this guy and this guy. I mean, there's more sugar babies in the world right now, and you saying they get attached by opening their legs. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Have sex. Because it's triggering, right? It reminds you of every other time you've been naked. It reminds you of everything you feel about your body. That is a big deal.
How about a man going on they don't know, a man going on a 4th, 5th date and getting rejected, having sex? You don't think that brings up his rejection and why maybe he's too short, maybe his nose is too big, maybe his balding's, but this is the bullshit. Look at these eyes, man. This is the bullshit. It's all bullshit you're selling. You guys are full of it. Like,
allow
totally.
yourself to do that with another person, or to have to suppress that with a new person. Both of those are a big deal, which would make a woman naturally want to wait more like 6, 7, 8, 9 dates.
No, they only can wait for men they're not really that interested in. Beta males. If a woman has strong burning desire for that alpha male, and this is in the evolution of desire, go look it up. But the alpha bang guy, they don't wait. They want his genes.
Many months, or for some people till marriage, to actually
BS.
Open that
BS.
I think
BS.
that's a really good message to highlight, both to women and to men, especially for men, I guess, in this conversation, is that once a woman has sex, again, we're talking generalities, but women do, there's an emotional bond that's actually...
Bull. She couldn't even look me in the eye and tell me this. Lying ass.
It. And where with men, well, it can be, but it
oh hell yeah! Watch a man that hadn't gotten laid in a year have sex with you, and you give it to him good. And trust, dude, being with women, they ain't waiting a year. I talked to one lady one time just getting information, because I talked to thousands of women on the phone, in my dating app days, and thousands I've talked to. And about 3 weeks was about as much as they could go without sex. Thousands and thousands. And I'd love to put a lie detector on one of these ladies. What's the longest you've gone?
But it's...
These lying ass, dude.
Not as biological. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Well, so if the third date isn't for sex, there is important...
What is important?
Yes. What is it for?
That's the point. Date number 3 is to get all of your questions answered that would determine if you want to focus on that person.
Okay, beta males, get ready, because they're teaching women how to get you. Okay? Under Royce, her 435-point checklist goes in the trash when she means alpha bang guy. You do not want to be this beta male provider. You do not want her out with a checklist. Women do not go to bed with men by logic and reason, which these ladies are trying to act like they do. No. Absolutely not.
Let me say now, because in case everyone's not going to go back and watch my whole playlist with you, which I hope they will, but if they're not, I just want to distinguish. We go by 3 H's: head, heart, and hoo-ha. Does it make practical sense? Does it feel good?
You think head ha and hoo-ha, this is all BS for your whatever money you're trying to make? The hoo-ha in women wins. The hoo-ha wins. There's no the head and the whole heart, the hoo-ha is what drives her.
Turn you on. I don't recommend people have sex until you've determined you want to focus on that person and that person alone. If you're over 50, if you're looking for a long-term companion. If you're not, then this does not apply. But if you are, I don't recommend you have sex until you've decided to just focus on that one person and they've decided to just focus on you. So the third date is that last date before you get too attached and too invested, both of you.
Women do not get attached to men they don't like. Are you? I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, women do not get attached to men they don't like. That's why we're at 80% of divorce initiated by women, because they're not attached to their husbands. They never were. Watch a woman ruthlessly get rid of you. Women hate men they don't like.
You find out everything you need to know to determine if you want to invest in just that person. So I do think the third date is hugely important, just not for sex.
Right. I want to highlight one thing here, because you and I have talked about this so much. If anybody's listening for the first time, it sounded like, we're going to do these hardcore interviews, and that is not what we're saying. The purpose is different than what you actually ask and how you get that information. We have videos on that. But that's essentially, that's what those 3 dates are for. And in my opinion, the minute sex enters that, and again, you've highlighted this as well, we're talking about if you want a relationship, sex kind of screws up the get to know you.
Oh my God. I mean, you bastardize sex. Come on. No, it doesn't. It can strengthen the get to know you. Now if we have this culture of women, accessing men way outside their league, yeah, maybe, this is unbelievable information. It's crazy.
It takes the focus away. And I also want to say, I'm coaching a bunch of people who are in early relationships with people that look like they've got real potential, real 3H potential.
Right.
And their dates do not look like interrogations. Yeah. Their dates look like long, fun, hanging out with your best friend, talking about...
This is ridiculous. No man, no woman wants to be with their best friend. Your lover's never been your best friend. All our romantic comedies, all our Shakespeare, all our romantic, it's always never been your best friend. Women don't want a best friend and a lover.
And talking about your day, sharing opinions, observing the world together, talking about everything under the sun, and building chemistry and attraction. That's what a date looks like.
Chemistry and attraction isn't built, ma'am. Chemistry and attraction is instantaneous. It's chemical. Like if you go into a kitchen and you see a pizza, mine's pizza, and I see a good pizza, I don't need time for that pizza to grow on me. I see a good pizza, I smell it, whoa! I can tell by the look, seriously, you can tell by the smell, that's gonna be a good pizza. And I'm being serious. Same thing with the man. Same thing with the woman. By his smell, by his look, by your feel around him, chemistry is right away. Why do you think so many women tell me, I'd like to meet you in person just to get some chemistry, make them see the vibe, and they meet me within 1 minute, they know, bang, I'm banging them.
Who's a 3H match. It doesn't look like 17. What's an ideal Sunday for you? Okay, 18.
You think. And women, women know, and guys ask a woman this, show them this video, they'd laugh. But you think a woman who sees like her biggest crush, like, oh, yeah, and she's gonna go, what do you do on Sundays? What do you do? Huh? If you've ever been pursued by a woman, or you've ever seen one of your friends pursued by a woman heavily, and that woman chases them with this ultimate sexual desire, you think they're gonna be asking them these questions? Filling out a checklist? And here's the thing. Back in the day, and still in some cultures, what do we have? Arranged marriages. Why? Because women pick men through chemistry and their sexual desire for them. And we said, oh, that's not working very good. Let's go ahead and have your dad get him or whatever. And your dad will pick a good guy, but chances are you're going to hate him. So, this is all bullshit.
Oh, did you tell me what? It does not like that when it's a 3H match.
Well, and then I know you have a very strong opinion, and I'd like you to share it again here, is when, getting back to sex and third date, what is it that, I say you do, this isn't like, oh my God, it's the third date, I'm going to have sex tonight, but you want...
No man would ever expect that, because no man ever wants non-consensual sex. And the only men that want non-consensual sex, they should be in prison for 100 years. And men believe that. So we all believe that as men. I'll go try men strong. Hey, no man want a woman having sex with him that did not consent. Because at the end of the day, that's a crime. That all men believe that that man should be under that jail. And we don't approve of that. So these women thinking we're owed sex, that sex needs to be put upon us, fucking bunk, dude. No man wants that.
There, the chemistry's there for both of you. What do you need to be able to talk about?
How long do you have? I know we only have a few minutes for me to give my list.
How much propaganda and bullshit can I run here?
So if you know me, you know I have a list, and you have to check it off, and it's nerdy. And I like right now I have 3 or 4 clients who are like, I call it the hurdles to sex. They're like at the beginning of the hurdles, and it's an event, the hurdle jump, and sex is here at the finish line. Okay, so let me start with the first hurdle. The first hurdle is, do you know enough about this person to determine if they are a 3H match or not? Head, heart, and hoo-ha. If you've been just having fun and flirting, or you've been drinking, or you've been going to concerts and movies, you don't have an answer to that. And I don't know is a 6.5. It's not an 8 or above on an H chart, and I'm looking for head, heart, and hoo-ha to all be 8 or above. So the first question, do you know them well enough? And I go, do you know their life? Do you know what they want in the areas of their life? Do you know where they currently are next to those desires? So I go, talk about your dreams. Talk about your dreams in every area. If I want to know those incidents in your life that shaped you. If you don't know those things and how they equal a person's liabilities, I put that in quotes, you are not getting to know a whole person. You're getting to know a PR agent who's been sent out on the date. So do you know them well enough? That's number 1.
Yeah, just like you guys send out. Women are the biggest liars and biggest reputation managers. Just like these ladies are right here. You don't think they're managing their reputations? They haven't told us that if they've had sex on a first date, they haven't told us their body count. And I'm just being a little facetious. Because they're reputation managers. You quit sending me your PR person, lady. What's your body count?
Number 2, do you understand what monogamy means to them? Right? Because the next hurdle after you've determined each of you as a match for each other is now you're going to say, let's just focus on each other. And that's a real conversation with a real definition.
All right, I have had enough. I can't. Just know, you hear something like this, these dating coaches, women say things like this to manipulate. Let me tell men something. This is just an example I want to bring up. Men unapologetically have sex with women. There is no morality behind sex. If a grown-ass woman, and you should only be dating women that want to have sex with you more than you want to have sex with them. So only go out with women that have genuine burning desire for you. And I'm going to go over Iron Rule of Tomasi 3 once more, because this is important. The woman making you wait for... If she makes you wait for sex, the sex is not worth the wait. And why? Because there's something in the way of sexual urgency that is getting in the way. Okay? And you want a woman... The same woman that won't have sex with you is the same woman that'll have sex with the hot guy in the phone cannon party within 5, 30 minutes, whatever the 5 minutes, 30 minutes, we'll make it 30 for conservative, after meeting him in Cancun. Okay? It's just you gotta be that guy. No man ever wants a woman having sex with him without consent. We all want consent. We want genuine burning desire. We want high consent. We want, American Got Talent sex. We want her to be so happy to have sex with us. We don't want to have expectations on a certain day, certain date. Should be, if you're dating the right people, it should be first date. We can take it to the second date, but you're a grown adult. She wants to have sex with you fast. Those are going to be your best relationships. And that's it. I mean, sexual urgency is sexual attraction. Is the strongest attraction. There's resource attraction and sexual attraction. Sexual attraction is the strongest attraction among those. So, try and think if there's anything else. But just, you can't believe this propaganda. And a woman that's able to put a checklist together, just like Royce said, the woman with a 435-point checklist dumps that thing when the alpha bang comes around, when the big alpha male comes around. Because what it is, and go read Sapiens, go read Evolution of Desire, go read Why Women Have Sex, go read The Ape That Understood the Universe. The reason why we have sex, number 1, is to put our genes in the future. Women are always trying to assess the fitness of the man's genes. The alpha bang guy of the dual mating strategy, the alpha F guy, is a woman, or you have alpha F guy and you have beta male provider guy. Those are the two sides of the dual mating strategy. If she finds you as the alpha F guy, she has high desire, high urgency to have sex with you because she wants those genes for her kids. So she doesn't want to lose the opportunity for her not to get those genes. And that's inside her. That's put inside her by God. Okay? This is not head, heart, hoo-ha, blah. That's all BS. Women who like their men will have sex with their man. Okay? This is all propaganda. Do not feel in any kind of way. Do not pedestalize sex. Women do not pedestalize sex. Sex is nothing. Sex is not seen as this big event for women. And they love sex. They love sex. They just keep their public face acting like they don't, because it is their most powerful agency. And if they can control sex, then they can control men. We'll see you on the next one.